do it. It's fun. Yeah! My throat was closing up.
I played amazing.
What did you do?
I just played.
I'm like gold medal.
Me and you. We spoke for 3 hours and didn't plan one thing.
Dungeons and Dragons. You don't plan social media. Social media plans you.
You how
Death Valley.
like,
Literally about literate.
the urban material.
I gotta put my Aritzia hoodie on, man. The biggest issue, softness in social media.
Yeah. This episode's not going
No,
great.
no, it's great. It's great. Leave it in.
And on. Take the hood off.
I can't.
What was that? Who decided to drill?
Right now, can you tell I'm working out?
Are you mewing?
Yeah. You know that meme of that guy that has like a thick neck and he's like, okay, social media.
Is written a word.
Yeah.
Okay. If you had a book,
I
how
don't like social media.
does that feel?
Is this an interview? You can't put that in.
We have to. No,
Yeah,
I
well.
would never. I'm so
Be a great
nervous.
journalist.
I got my author here.
Dude. Okay, social media.
We're literally somebody who obviously posts for your job on social media.
There's a spotlight on me and I don't know why.
And you deal with an influx of comments coming in.
Everyone knows this in my life. If I could go without a phone, I will. Because I hate social media. There's advantages, which we will speak about in this episode, but there's also so many disadvantages, mental health being the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So many topics in social media. I feel like we could talk about, like, you know, what you see online isn't actually what's behind the screen,
Yeah.
but also hate comments. Like, I joke about this a lot, but like no human being is meant to be subjected to that much hate. Like when you wake up in the morning, you see, like, you posted a video that you're proud of, and then some random ass person is like, "This, you're ugly," or like, "This this looks like garbage," or like, what are you even posting? Like, nobody's gonna watch you. That means so much more to people than someone saying, "I love your video."
Yeah.
Like, and that sucks, but that's the society that we're in.
That's when you see everyone saying, "Oh, when I get 100 good comments, but one hate comment, like the one hate comment is the one that actually sticks with you."
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that hits home a little bit.
Yeah.
No, have you ever seen people commenting? It'll be like somebody cooking a meal,
Yeah.
and let's say they're making eggs and bacon and whatever it might be. Topple it off with
Good word.
Is it a word?
I don't know.
Okay. Put like parsley on top or
Yeah.
something. I don't know why you'd put parsley on
Chives.
top of eggs. Chives, thank you. Like a comment will be like, "I don't like chives, what do I do?" Or like somebody will be doing
Oh,
a
I know.
workout and somebody will comment, "But I have a
screw
bad
that.
knee, I can't do that workout." And it's like, why? They
Dude.
didn't cater this video for every possible situation that could take place. They made one video. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, keep scrolling.
Listen to me. This is going to piss off so many people. But the stupidity online, I'm sorry, like, read a comment. Like, literally, it takes not even a millisecond to click, like, open. Like, or like, I don't know what the hell is wrong with people, but literally, if this does not apply to you, scroll, man.
You don't have to let them know that this doesn't work. They didn't make it just for you.
Dude, I'm getting like triggered of social media. I was telling Steph this before we started the podcast because my platform is on Book Talk.
Yeah.
And anyone who, like, this is for all the people who are on Book Talk. Apparently, so if you're prevalent on Book Talk, there's this trend that people, like, creators post of like monthly wrap-ups, right? And basically, apparently there was a creator that was saying that it's offensive or like damaging or something that people start off their videos by saying like, "Well, I read 7 books in March or 8 books in March." And apparently that's harmful because some people don't read as fast, and now you're putting people in a box of like they're slow readers
Like
and
putting
like
pressure on them.
yeah.
almost.
And it's like, dude, are you that bored that you are literally commenting on someone else's like reading habits? Like, who cares if someone read 100 books in 1 month or someone read 1 book in 1 month?
It stems from entitlement and insecurity, I think, because realistically, I don't care if I read 10 books that year or if I read 100 books that year. I really don't care. Sorry, we're trying to get over the giggles, and it's not really working. Because who is confident in how much they read, or just in general, if you're good with yourself, why are you going to take the time and energy to go onto social media and complain about something that makes... There's so many other things you could be doing with your life or your day, but to go and actually sit down and... Because it wasn't a comment, it was a video you saw, right?
Yeah, it was a literal video.
To sit down, and also, why do you want that much rage and anger in yourself to get...
It's bait, right? Like,
I
that's
guess
how
it's
people
rage
get
bait.
views. Like, not in my head, I'm thinking, did that happen to Sylvia? Like, is that
Social media didn't exist. When did she die?
when? I'm
That's
so
Sylvia Plath again.
When did? Okay, well, never mind about Sylvia Plath. Anyway,
No, like you have to be insecure, and it is rage bait, like you said. But
yeah, it's rage bait.
at the same time, who cares? Like, if I read 100 books in 1 year, I might flaunt that because I've never done that before. So I might be like, look how much I read. But at the same time, if I read 10 books that year, who cares? Like, I don't care if you read 60 books or if I read. Everyone has their own individual
care.
goals. I care about everything you do.
No, but see how annoying that is? Well, no, not with me,
No,
but
no,
like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? Imagine if like I went online and I was like, you should care about everything that I say and everything that I do. It's like that's what it's giving. It's
How many
like
people are on this planet? 7 billion? More?
more.
You're supposed to care about every single individual and what they want. And
Yeah, I also think when did we as a society become so sensitive? Because that's literally you can't post, talk, or think about anything without somebody literally being like, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, really? Like, what credentials do you have to say that I'm wrong? It's my opinion. Last time I checked, opinions aren't facts.
Yeah.
And facts are facts. Like, you know what I mean? Opinions aren't facts. So I could be right in my own world, just like you're right in your own fucked up world. Like, honestly, because that's what it is. If you seriously think that coming online and tearing someone down, and you know what? I know from experience, I've had a lot of indie authors, actually, that my followers literally message me being like, my book is coming out in a few months, and I'm super, super nervous because of everything that's going on, like, online. And I'm, like, super scared of, like, you know, the negative criticism and all of that stuff, which comes with the territory. When you put yourself online, even with this podcast, if anyone is trying to be a creator of any sort, you will be subject to hate. And you got to have a backbone enough to kind of roll off the back. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you're not going to make it. Because unfortunately, we live in a pretty shitty society with hate. Like, everyone wants to put their name out there. And if that's leaving a hate comment on Bella Hadid's page and it getting 100 likes and that's the peak of their freaking life, then let that be that. But, like, if you're brave enough, just do it. Because honestly, no matter who you are, you could be literally the second coming of fucking Christ. And somebody, but somebody would literally be like, you're a piece of shit and you're garbage and you're boring and you're ugly, and it's like you have to get past that. But this is the thing that I hate about social media the most, is you are tearing down people who want to be out there,
Yeah.
who want to showcase their talent. There are painters, there are artists, there are musicians out there that all they've wanted to ever do was show someone their music, and the second that they do, you're literally on there tearing them down. I'm so passionate about it because I'm an artist, so
you've
I'm
dealt
a
with
writer.
it.
I've dealt with it firsthand. I've dealt with people completely like taking something because they didn't like me for some reason, or like, you know, when things get hyped up,
Yeah.
and people just are like, they shit on it even though the book didn't come out yet or the product didn't come out yet, and then everyone's saying
The second it sees it, it has popularity.
exactly, people are like, nah, it's not that good, or like whatever, and it's like, what backing do you have on that? And that, honestly, in the beginning, like, it really hurt my feelings because I was never exposed to that. I didn't think people could be
Yeah.
that rude, but also not just rude, conniving, like, to take something that someone said and completely twist it. It's like a terrible game of telephone.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's just going down this rabbit hole of, and now somebody's calling you all of these things that aren't true about your character, and we've seen a lot of those, and you're left like, I can't even defend myself because I have now 100,000 people who hate me, and they're not even my followers. They
Yeah.
have no idea who I am.
I actually think on top of that, if you really want to know something about, you know, if a book's good or if you're actually going to like something, instead of reading all of the comments, do your own research
Yeah.
about it, because it does turn into a broken telephone situation where you were telling me earlier you saw a comment where this person said, oh, this so-and-so did this.
Yeah.
And their backing was, I can't tell you where I sourced it or
Yeah.
where I found it because I don't remember, but I just
Yeah.
know I saw it.
Yeah.
And then you have a million people, probably 100 comments responding to that comment, backing that person up, saying like, yeah, I don't remember, but this is so true, or if this is true, I actually don't like this person anymore. And it's like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
do your own research, look into it yourself instead of just seeing one person say something, because that's how lies and rumors are spread so quickly.
Yeah.
Because everyone is so, not gullible, but everybody believes just anything they see because they want to. It's in psychology, there's something called a confirmation bias, and that's when you already have an opinion on something.
Yeah.
Anything that you hear that could back that opinion,
Yeah.
you remember and you store it away to back it up. But then you can hear 100 things to debunk that opinion, but because it doesn't confirm your own bias,
Yeah.
you forget about it.
Yeah.
And you cancel it out. And anything you hear to confirm it, you source it. And even if it's something that doesn't have a backing or doesn't have any facts, you just keep that and you lock it away because it's more ammo to back up whatever bias you already have.
Yeah.
And that's what people do on social media is they see something where if they don't even like a person, like let's say somebody just saw an influencer and they didn't like their vibe, but they didn't have any reason not to like it. The first comment that they see shitting on that person saying,
Yeah.
oh, this person isn't a good person because of ABC, even if they don't actually have the facts behind that, that person is going to go exactly what I thought. I didn't like that person. I don't
Yeah.
like their vibe. Now I see that they're not a good person. And then that person is completely written off.
Yeah.
Even though that influencer or that content creator or whoever it might be the best person, the nicest, sweetest soul to exist, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
A 2-second vibe made somebody not like you, and some random hate comment backed up their confirmation bias.
And unfortunately, that's how cliques start. And
Yeah.
really terrible communities, like hate communities, literally start because somebody said something. And like, okay, we're all human. Like, if we don't like something, like, it's completely preferential. Like, for example, we didn't like a certain book.
Yes.
And like,
That's
you know,
very popular.
yeah, that was extremely popular. And like, I think when you go on Goodreads and you don't like a book that everyone's like kind of hyping up and you see someone saying like, I didn't like this book, in our heads we're kind of like, okay, at least we're not alone in that. Like someone, but we have never went publicly and said, we hate this person, we
No.
hate this author, we hate this. Like, what kind of boredom level are you on to literally bash not just that, like the fitness community
Yeah.
or doctors?
Very toxic.
Fitness community, food talk, super toxic. But also, I have seen literal, like, random ass people commenting on, like, full on dermatologists,
Yeah.
like skincare info, like, this is their job, and being like, no, you're not allowed to do that. And then I click their profile, and it's just like this freaking guy who lives in Alabama who, like,
With one
has
follower.
one follower and, like,
No
300 million likes. Like, whatever. And it's like, okay, you're either a bot or like I have no idea who you are, but like you're just like trying to tear someone down.
Yeah.
And it's like you got to really look in the mirror there and be like, what purpose am I serving? But honestly, spreading hate.
But also, do you not have friends? Like, honestly, I believe people who go on social
Yeah.
media and just spread hate after hate after hate every single day, I think you need to go out there and work on your own relationships.
Touch grass.
Touch grass, but actually try to form your own friendships.
Yeah.
Find people where you can, because me and you with that book, we didn't like it. We talked to each other about it.
Exactly.
We vented. We went on our little rants together
Yeah.
where it's not harming anybody.
No.
We didn't go on social media and write a bad review. We didn't go on social media and absolutely tear apart this author in this book.
Yeah.
We actually like some of the author's other books.
Yeah.
This one specifically, we didn't like. And we
Yeah.
just complained to each other about it, and then we moved on from it.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people just see that okay, so I just finished The 5 People We Meet in Heaven.
How was it?
It was really good. It was really good. And I read it before, like a long, long time ago. But actually, this makes me think of how everything kind of intersects. Because in that book, it's by Mitch Albom, by the way, for anyone who's read it or who hasn't heard of it. But basically, like not spoiler, like he dies and he goes to heaven and he meets 5 people who, some of which he's never even like remembered or like seen before, but they all like have these connecting timelines. And I think when someone, I'm talking about this because when someone sends a hate comment, it's literally 2 seconds of their day where they're like miserable and they just want to bring someone else down. And then let's talk about Hunter Lane, for instance, my first book release. Someone said that there was cheating in my book, which did not happen. Like, yeah, literally did not happen. There's no cheating in the book. Just because the male main character and the female main character met and he had a friends with benefits, that does not mean anything. They were friends. They weren't like together. Anyway, so some bitter person ran with it, decided to spread a rumor because it was popular on TikTok, said there was cheating and that I completely mismarketed the book and I wasn't honest about it, which, by the way, I didn't realize you needed a trigger warning for that. And that literally tanked my reviews because people who didn't even read my book, like, shit on my book. And it dropped from like 4.2 to like 3.6 or something stupid like that. And it was all because one person didn't like me or didn't like the book and just decided to spread some rumor about it. Now, that took 2 seconds of their day to say that. It affected my entire career and my mental health for a full year.
And it was a lie.
And it was a lie. So I think people like that got me like I had no idea what to do because I'd never been subjected to that much hate before in my life. I didn't even realize that I needed to put a trigger warning for that. Now I know better. By the way, there's a nicer way to educate someone.
Absolutely.
Like let's just get that out there. You don't need to tear them down and tear their platform down and completely ruin their life for a year. But that's what I'm talking about, where I thought about 5 people we meet in heaven, because it's like, to you, it's 2 seconds of your day.
Yeah.
To someone, your little comment completely changed the trajectory of their life for an entire year.
Yeah, and it's extremely discouraging in
Yeah.
a way because that was your first book that really took off. You had a release and it was getting all this traction on TikTok that you were like, wow, I've dreamt of being an author my entire life. I've worked my ass off for this, and now it's actually getting a positive response.
Yeah.
And then somebody to start a rumor to just make it go like dip again.
Yeah.
It's extremely discouraging because then you're like, well, am I not capable of this? My
Exactly.
next book, am I going to screw something up and really piss somebody else off, and then everyone else is going to jump on this hate train?
Exactly.
And thankfully, like, you've got thick skin and you said, I want to do this and I'm going to keep going. And
Yeah.
that's, I mean, refer back to our other episodes
Yeah.
of just don't care what others think
Yeah.
and do the damn thing.
Yeah.
But you didn't let that stop you. But there's so many, like, the people who've reached out to you, those authors who
Yeah.
want to publish their first book,
Yeah.
they're terrified because of that response.
Yeah, exactly.
And was I saying it to you, or I was talking to my mom or something? I think it might have been you actually, where
It's always me.
it's always you. We're in a different time now where it was you. Back in the day before social media, good literature was just good literature. If you wrote a book that was good, it just took off because of traditional publishing and you gave a manuscript of a book that was really good and those publishers saw it and they said, okay, this is great, let's promote it.
Yeah.
We live in a different time now where if you write a book, you do need to promote it on social media.
You do.
Whether you want to be on there or not, if you want that to take off, you got to be on social media, like pumping out videos about it.
Yeah.
And it's not just authors and books. It's anything that you want to promote.
Any type of content.
Any type of marketing is
Yeah.
now done through social media.
Exactly.
Which, in a way, sucks because people who didn't just want to be a social media influencer or a content creator are kind of forced to be one if they want their product to do well.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, you're an author. You have to be on social media promoting your book, dealing with hate comments and dealing with filtering through them, seeing good and bad, going through your Goodreads, all this stuff, because that's how you promote your book.
Exactly.
But you didn't dream of that when you were a kid. You didn't say, I want to be this known face. You wanted your work recognized.
Yeah, yeah.
Not necessarily you. And that sucks because you are dealing with so much stuff that you didn't think you would have to deal with when you were a kid, when you made this career choice of this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And like, but that's just how it is. Like you have to, that's the way it goes now. Like if you want your work published, if you want to be recognized, because even agents and publishers are on social media seeing what's doing well, seeing what's popping off for them to reach out to you. It's not the traditional, let me just send in my manuscript and I've got a 3-book deal.
Yeah.
Right?
No, and like I think if you want to sign, personally, that's not like, if you want to make writing your career, I think that you should really start self-publishing. And like, just if you want to be a content creator, it's like you should create your own videos. Like you don't immediately go into a management.
No.
Like you have to, like, people seek you out for that kind of thing. I still don't have an agent, and I'm traditionally published as well. So it's like, I think if you want to be noticed, if you want to be recognized, you are in charge of that. I think though, in terms of like the damaging thing, like you said, whenever you envision this career, obviously every job has a downside. Like if you work a 9 to 5, there's a downside to that.
Yeah.
If you work in the content creation, there's a downside to that. But I think what you don't anticipate is how the influx of opinions people give you, that you are like, oh my God, you are now opening this like door, like Pandora's box of like so many people talking about you, so many people like watching your videos. And it's a scary thing because the bigger you get, the more hate you get.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how many times you filter a comment section, you will get that. And I think we talked about this in an unpublished video, but the food talk of people promoting what I eat in a day. And it's like, maybe this person is recovering from an eating disorder and they're posting like what they're proud of, meals that they've made that they're finally eating, what I eat in a day, whatever. And somebody's like, that's not food. Or like, what are you even doing? Like, oh, that's genetic, or like whatever. And it's like, this person probably is proud of their video, probably proud of themselves that they got food down or whatever, and you're just shitting on them. You have no idea what you're doing to someone. You have no idea what your words mean to someone who's already in a fragile state of mind. Like, I'm tough. Like you said, like, I have thick skin. To me, it was just more so an irritant that I saw people, like, taking something that was so beautiful and just throwing it in the trash like it was a piece of paper. But you can't fuck with people's mental health.
No.
Because especially if they're brave enough to like put that on social media, if someone is like recovering from something or they're in a fragile state, I'm getting passionate about it because it's true. It's like you have no idea what you're doing, what one comment can actually literally affect someone. And people have, like, I don't know if you saw, who is that girl? She's blonde. E! News covered it. Oh my god, she's blonde and she has like a degree in something. She's like kind of young. There was an influencer that I saw online, and she was like kind of having like a bit of a meltdown, saying like, I wake up every single day and like I've been doing this job for so Anna. Yeah. You saw that. And did you see the comment section? Everybody was like, oh my god, your life is so hard.
Yeah.
And like all of this stuff, and it's like, yeah, because of you people. Like, do you not realize that? Like,
And does that make you feel good?
no, that's what pisses me off is like people who are so miserable, who are like, they just see someone who's like, who got a lot of followers, who like, okay, and yes, I can understand even from this side, I can recognize I am so lucky to have the position that I have where I can make my own hours and like I can do what I love and whatever. But it's not rainbows and butterflies, man. Like, that's what people don't understand. And especially whenever people go online and shit talk you and you wake up and you see that all the time, it's one thing after another, man. You are hoarding all of these terrible things that people are saying about you in your head until eventually you're going to blow. And that's exactly what happened. And then everybody is reinforcing that of her like being open and honest about like, I don't know what I did to deserve all of this hate. Like, I just put myself online. And honestly, I'm sorry, babe. It's because you were successful and people are jealous of you.
Yo, absolutely. And to me, what I don't understand is if you don't like a person, if you don't like their vibe or how they are or whatever, scroll.
Scroll, man.
There is the option to make that that profile not show up for you
Yeah.
anymore. Anything but leaving a hate
Yeah.
comment. I don't understand how that makes somebody feel good about themselves is just tearing down somebody where you can genuinely, like, she's one of those influencers who you can tell is a decent human being.
Literally, nothing wrong with her.
Like, I don't understand why we're tearing down a good person when you can be using that energy and taking it anywhere else,
Yeah.
doing anything
Yeah.
good for yourself. Channel that energy and somewhere else.
Yeah.
But also what I want to say is, and I do this myself that I need to work on, I never, ever, ever leave a hate comment.
No.
But what I also don't do is, even if I love a video, sometimes I'll like it, but I never leave a good comment. I
Yeah.
just scroll.
Yeah.
I'm like a silent watcher. But I think if you see videos of influencers who you actually really love, videos that actually make a difference for you or help you, or they're helpful tips, whatever it might be, let's make leaving good comments more a thing.
Yeah.
Because even, it's like the same thing what people always say, when you go to a restaurant, if you have a really horrible experience, the first thing people want to do is
Yeah.
leave a bad Google review. But if you have a great experience, you just think, oh, I'll go back.
Yeah,
But you
exactly.
never go and say, I had such a great experience. My
Yeah.
server was great. Absolutely amazing restaurant. And I mean, some people do, but for the most part, I feel like everyone is so eager to spread hate and negativity and anger.
Yeah.
But when it's a good feeling, we keep quiet about it.
Yeah, you gotta spread positivity more. And also, like, another big thing, besides the hate comments on social media is fake.
Oh, it's so fake.
Like, that's what I wanted to talk about earlier, of, like, everything you see online, and, like, that bleeds into that influencer that was, like, crying. Like, you don't know her silent battles that she's, like, struggling with, besides posting on, like, you know, what she's showing
Making
you.
positive videos for you.
Exactly. And you don't know if there was like a death in, you know, these influencers' lives or something. Like, they're people. They're not like gods or like anything. Like, everyone is a human being. Everyone, it doesn't matter how successful you are. There's going to be a dip in your life, and you don't need a million people hating on you when that is happening.
Yep.
And you, most of the time, 95% of the time, nobody's sharing that side. Like, it's just like, hey, like, I just like some respect and whatever. And like, that's when people are like, oh my God, yeah, take your time. But then you come back and it's like, you've changed. You're not the same person.
But that goes back to the entitlement. Why do we feel the need
It's
for
not your
somebody
business.
to explain every little detail of their life? Even honestly, yes, content creators and influencers sign up for some of that hate. It's expected. You can't expect not to get it.
Yeah.
I don't understand why anybody would leave a hate comment, but it's expected. Unfortunately, we can't change every single human's brain. But
Yeah.
at the same time, they didn't sign up to explain their entire life story
No.
to you. They get to choose what they show and what they don't show. You're not
Literally.
entitled to every little piece of information of their life just because they're known or they're famous. And it's like people get genuinely mad. Like,
I know.
why didn't this person explain this? And they should have talked about this and blah, 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 blah. That's still a human being's life. They're not playing a character. You
Yeah.
don't get to know every single detail.
And it's like, stop with this, like, holding people to this high standard that's literally unachievable. Like, nobody is perfect and everyone makes mistakes. I gotta say that, like, digging into people's pasts and trying to pull out all of these things just because you hate someone, by the way, get a job.
Get
a job, grow a pair, and move on.
And you better be
Like-
the absolute ideal perfect person, never made a mistake in your entire life if you are going to make a comment about somebody like that.
And also, if you like doing that, like digging into people's stuff, become a PI. Like, it really just, invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're so miserable. And truthfully, if you want to do that, do something with your life and become a PI, because I'm sure you'd be great at it.
I'm going to quote you and say, if you leave a hate comment, you're a foul fucking person.
I did say that. No, honestly, like, and also, not only that, it's just terrible for people's mental health comparing yourself to something that's fake. It's not real. Everything you see on social media is not real. There's so many people that you see and you're like, you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. But then you see that they're like partying or they're out or they're drinking a lot or they're like dressed up or they're going to fashion shows and you're like, and they have all this expensive clothing and like these hot ass men in their life and you're like, oh my God, I have to dress a certain way or act a certain way or get my boobs done or get a facelift or like whatever just to become this person that you're not. And I actually had this conversation with my partner the other day of, you cannot follow someone's timeline.
No.
You cannot recreate someone's growth period. You can't copy or mimic anyone because everyone is so different. And it's like, if someone is successful at this age and you're not, don't be bitter about it. Try and just be more successful every single day that you can in the way that you know how. Because if you keep comparing yourself to people like that, you are never going to be happy.
Because that's their path. That's not your path.
Exactly. And we all do it. Like, we're all human. Like, we see people, I see people online and like, you know what? Social media can be a really good tool. For instance, we love this creator, Brenda.
Oh, I love
Brenda Anton, I think.
Yeah, she lives in like Tampa or something. She's like a fitness
influencer, and she's such a real one. Anyone who hasn't seen her, like, we love her. But anyway, whenever we're demotivated, we don't want to go to the gym, we watch her and we're like, oh my God, we're running to the gym.
No, suddenly I'm waking up at 5 a.m.
Exactly. And like meal prepping and like putting on a cute outfit, it can be super beneficial, and that's why she does that kind of content. Now, people who like promote like the partying lifestyle and like whatever, that has a completely niche audience. Like, if you want to do that, you like, that can also be like, okay, live a little, whatever.
That's entertainment purposes.
You don't know what's going on behind Brenda's life. You don't know what's going on behind Alex Earl's life. Like, you don't know. And like, if you copy someone else's lifestyle, you are just pulling pieces of yourself that don't exist from other people that you've never met. But yeah, no, you honestly, like, and you're doing yourself a disservice in the long run, because then you don't know who you are, and then it's going to be too late, and you're like, I am literally having an identity crisis at 45 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And we've talked about it in other episodes too, where just because somebody is posting they're doing amazing in their career or this relationship or whatever it might be, that same person in a year could change their career.
Exactly.
That relationship could end off, and you're not living their life, and you don't even want to be living their life. So why are you jealous of somebody else's timeline in life and all their accomplishments when, if it came down to it, you probably wouldn't even want their life?
You also got to ask yourself, why do you want to be an influencer? There are so many people who are creating videos because they see that people just get mad PR and they pay their bills, right? Like, I have someone in mind that I'm not going to say, but it's like, she became an influencer because of someone she knows who's like really close to her, and like she was like in videos and stuff. And if you watch her content, it's boring. Like, I'm gonna be so honest. I've never left a hate comment, by the way. I'm just saying, like, you can tell that she just became an influencer because of association, but also she has kind of no purpose. Like, she's
Yeah.
literally just like unboxing things, and that's her life. Like, you can tell the difference between someone like Brenda and someone like that person, because Brenda has a purpose. She's also like a PT, I'm pretty sure. And it's like she's sharing all these tips for people to like change their life and whatnot. If you are trying to be famous for money, you're not going to be famous, man. Like,
Well, if you chase money in general, you're never gonna have it.
exactly. And I couldn't imagine also if, say, like, I had no purpose and I wanted to become a makeup influencer. What am I going to do with 7 boxes of PR?
No, seriously.
Like, genuinely,
Why do you want that much?
overconsumption. That's another thing. It's like, what am I going to do with that?
PR is great, but I never understood that either. I think just recently, even the foundation, I remember watching, like, growing up, like, YouTube era, I would watch people unbox videos, and their PR they would get the foundation shades in every single color.
I know.
And it's like, they can't use that. That's such a
No.
waste of
No,
product.
I know.
But now, I think companies have learned from that, and they pick, 2 or 3 shades that they think would best match that
Yeah.
individual, and then they send those, which makes more
Or
sense.
they talk to their managers or something, like the agents that, yeah.
And say
But-
what would match them.
But still, it's like, why are you doing that? If you gotta ask yourself, what is your purpose? Because, and we talked about that in like the whole thing of money and like all that stuff. But it's like, if your purpose is literally just to be known for whatever, being an influencer,
Just get
and-
free stuff.
yeah, just to get free stuff and like make money, it's like I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that.
It's not long lasting either. Like,
No.
it might work, but
If TikTok dies,
what are you gonna do? Because nobody is gonna go and follow your Instagram. Because if you have nothing to show for, why would you get the same views? It's a different platform. It's not gonna work the same.
exactly. And also, you follow people on social media because there's something about them that speaks to you. Like, everyone has their own unique niche that's very popular. And I think if you keep copying other people because you like their life, you're never going to get anywhere with your own.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the truth. And I think even you and I, like, we wanted to do there's so many podcasts out there. We'd be naive to say, like actually one of my friends messaged me the other day and was like, I just want you guys to excel because, like, there's so many podcasts out there that are kind of doing, like, that self-help, like, girls talking about whatever in their 20s. And it's like, but we want to just really, like, motivate
passionate.
people in your 20s, because it's like, and I said this in our last episode, there's not a lot of people that are kind of like us with the same mindset. And like in our 20s, I feel like a lot of people are pulling from social media of seeing like people going to the Maldives or whatever
Yeah.
all the fucking time. And like they just think, I just gotta keep posting and be famous and like whatever. And it's like, but even if you have that money, even if you have that success, if you're not happy up here and you're not happy in here, you will fail, you will tank, you will burn out, and every hate comment will get to your head. Because when someone says you don't have a purpose, you're not doing anything that's different, you're going to take it to heart. But with you and I, who have a purpose, who want to keep growing with this, and who want to expand, and we also have jobs, by the way, outside of this.
Yeah.
It's like, we can go to bed at night, that hate comment doesn't exist to us, because it's like, we know we have a purpose. That doesn't bother us.
Yeah, it's
which-
just somebody's insecurity talking.
But their insecurity makes you insecure. And
well, especially if you're already insecure
Exactly.
about something, and then somebody points it out, that's just gonna wedge that knife in deeper, right?
exactly. So I don't know. I think social media has there are good things about
It's
it.
100% a tool.
Yeah.
I think if you need to take a cleanse, get off it for 30 days if you're not like a content
It's
creator who
actually
actually has to. Yeah. But there's also, is it TikTok or Instagram where you schedule?
Instagram. You can
Oh,
schedule
okay.
TikToks, but you need a separate app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Instagram Reels, for
Well,
instance.
Even if you need a cleanse, even if you are a content creator, pre-film your videos
Yeah.
and then go on there, post it, and get out. If
Exactly.
you need to, take a cleanse, delete the apps.
That's what I do.
Yeah, like you don't have to. If it's really taking a toll on your mental health, and it's good. I wish I could take a social media cleanse, but I can't with work and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Well, your entire job is kind of being like marketing yourself.
yeah,
essentially.
exactly. And I don't need to take a cleanse from it, but
No.
it's good. It would be a good thing to do that because you get so sucked into scrolling, and then you consume so much hate and negativity,
Yeah.
and it just puts you in such a horrible mood, and half the
Yeah.
time you don't even realize it. But again, if something's bothering you, you're seeing a video that's kind of pissing you off, don't keep watching it scroll. You have
The
the freedom
ability,
and the
yeah.
ability to keep scrolling.
Yeah.
So use that freedom, use that ability.
And know what you can handle. That's the biggest thing. Like you said, like if you want to cleanse, just save some drafts, record some drafts, and get out of there. Like, because every single day, that's what I do. I always pre-record, or like if something comes in my head, I'll post it, but I always pre-record drafts, and then I'll just post it and get out. If there's some comments, I'll respond and I'll get out, because
Yeah.
I honestly, exposing yourself to that many opinions and that many things, it's like it just tears you down.
Absolutely.
And in my case, it's like there's a lot of pressure, I think, to like whenever you already have a platform and you need to create something over and over and over again. For instance, if I set a deadline for myself, like for instance, my book is coming out this month, I'm half written. Like that book is half written. It's not done yet, but I set a deadline for myself. I know that if I don't reach it, I'm going to have an influx of people being like, so you lied, or like whatever. And it's like, dude, life happens, and like you gotta relax. Like not everything you see is exact. Like what if I was moving this month? Like what if something happened and I needed to relocate? Like what if there was mold? Like God forbid there
Yeah.
was mold in this place. But like what? And then I couldn't come out on time with my book. Are you gonna hate on me because I couldn't do that? Like
Yes, people will.
no, but that's what I'm saying. And it's like, know what you can handle. And if you really need a break, you have the opportunity to take a break. You don't need to be on there torturing yourself, scrolling through videos, reading through hate comments all the time. You can pause social
Absolutely.
media. Like, you know what I mean?
And I think this is a controversial opinion, and this is the last thing I'll say. There are certain things that I do believe need trigger warnings. For example, a book. Nobody knows what they're getting themselves into. If something's going to trigger them, I think trigger warnings are extremely important and should be put in place. If somebody is filming a long video and it's an intense video about some sensitive topics, I think, start that video off with some trigger warnings,
Yeah.
because people don't know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if somebody's posting just a 30-second to minute video, if you hear it's about a topic that's going to trigger you, for example, if it's somebody saying, this is what I eat in a day,
Yeah.
and you know that might trigger you because you're a little bit sensitive at the moment to that topic,
Yeah.
scroll.
Yeah.
Don't watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
Put yourself through those triggers and set yourself off, and then attack that person
Yeah.
for triggering you.
Yeah.
You
It's not their fault.
are a grown adult. You need to learn and do some self-reflection and
Yeah.
learn what bothers you, what triggers you. And then from that, we're not, obviously, I mean, social media, unfortunately, is available to even children and
Yeah.
young adults, which is a scary thing
My own
because,
beef with that too.
because,
Yeah.
and that for that reason, obviously that's a scary world.
Also, parents, monitor what your kid reads,
Reads and watches.
reads and watches.
Put those boundaries in place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you're a grown adult and you're just attacking somebody for posting something that is literally focused on just them,
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're sitting there and putting yourself through hell,
I know.
triggering yourself, and then attacking them for it.
Yeah. Also, it's like you kind of know, like you said, right off the bat, what this video is going to be about. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, horror. I'm on horror TikTok. Okay, like I'm on a horror TikTok.
Our
I
For You pages
hate
are
ho-
so different.
I hate it. I hate it. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by horror movie recaps, but there's this one creator who will say this and then put like
No.
a scene from the movie that's super scary, and then he'll say movie and then another scene. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to hate on you, man, but for the love of God, put a trigger warning.
Yeah.
Like that is something
pops up.
That is something where I'm like, I scare so easily. I have a weird fascination with being scared. But like I scare really easily. I don't want to see a jump scare.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to this guy's page being like, you're a terrible sick bastard. Like, how could you do this to me? Like, you know what I mean? But it's like there are certain things you need trigger
Yeah.
warnings for. That
Would be one.
that would be one. But if you know right away someone is talking about their eating disorder or their food or whatever, and
But it's
you
not them. Like, if you're going to talk about a sensitive topic like if you went through something, some traumatic event, and you want
Yeah.
to talk about it, then you could start the video by saying, just a heads up, this is what the video is going to be about. Moving on.
Yeah.
But it's people who just post what I eat in a day. There's actually a TikToker who literally will say, this is what I eat in a day,
Yeah.
not you. This is what I'm eating.
Yeah.
Take it or leave it. If you want to watch and you want to see what I eat, because there are people who are curious, keep watching.
And I'm sure
If
she
not,
gets hate.
Scroll. She gets a ton of hate.
Yeah.
And you can't win because she posts it without saying that. She
Yeah.
gets hate. She says that and gives that warning. She gets hate.
Yeah.
There is no winning. And that's why, honestly, if you want to post on social media, just do it. Obviously, be mindful. Be a little bit more sensitive in
Yeah.
of what you're posting. And yeah, be mindful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, ignore those haters because what are they doing? They're scrolling in bed,
Yeah.
probably miserable in their own life, going nowhere, and they're just hating on you because they know that they can.
Yeah. And honestly, a parting thought, guys, just make social media a better place for everyone and for yourself. Like, if you could just spread love, comment on someone's video that you like,
Yeah.
a good thing, like that would make the world of a difference, even if it doesn't seem like that.
Spread more positivity.
Yeah, spread more positivity.
Really not that hard.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Good morning.
Calm now.